if you went in and asked people to guess what the Microsoft sales will be next year, how many new inventions will be, they will make the same mistake. So we have this tendency to tunnel, okay, and to ignore the events that should happen, infrequently. Okay, so I call this epistemic arrogance. You can call it overconfidence, and there is a long list of tests of these. And across population, it works everywhere. The only thing is the difference not between nationalities so much, the difference between professions. Now, who is best at it? The lowest, in other words. The 2% error rate is lowest for whom in professions? Sorry? I don't know if it's done for accountants. It's done for weather forecasters. Sorry? Weather forecasters. Weather forecasters are the best. Actuaries are not good. And the worst? Who are the worst? No. Sorry? No, even worse. Security analysts are the worst. Individually, all right? People who go into security analysis are the worst. Okay, and economists are a little worse, all right? But they're maybe but they're smarter, they hide it, all right? They hide it better. Okay, so this is point one. Point two, let's look at the empirical record, okay? First effect of that tunneling, when you make projections in your mind and you look at what can go wrong with what probability, you tend to underestimate what can go wrong. This is, you know what this is? Sydney's Opera House. So they think when you go to Sydney, you say, Order of British has Sydney Opera House. So I went on a pilgrimage to Sydney to look at the Sydney Opera House, but I had a reason. I was not going on a pilgrimage because, they wanted to look different from Cincinnati. So they put this so it looks different, because otherwise Sydney would be too common in an Anglo-Saxon city. No. The reason I went there is because this is a monument to one human disease. And why? Can someone tell me why? Exactly. So it was scheduled to open in the early 60s, and it was budgeted to cost 7 million Australian dollars. It cost 117 million Australian dollars and opened 10 years later. And it was a scaled-down version of what was initially planned, okay? Now, this is the planning. This is a classical case of planning fallacy. When you plan, typically, you can also see how we deal with the future. This is an immediate result of the previous test. That people, they tunnel when they make projects. They tell you, well, it takes 6 months, and then things come out late. Why? We're going to see why they come out late. Because we tunnel. We don't take into account what can go wrong. There are very few exceptions of projects completed on time, and typically people